Hello all, welcome to part 4 of Minotaur Hunter of Chei. I'm Ultraviolent 4, we're on layer 4, there's 4s everywhere. And I've got a little bit of an update, trying to extrapolate from when you're going to see this video. I don't think it's started yet, but the next release tournament is imminent. It begins on Saturday the 10th. That's for me, Friday the 10th. Yeah, for me it's Saturday morning because I'm in Australia, so I'm in the future compared to all you Yanks. But so it starts on the night of Friday the 10th and runs for roughly 2 weeks. It's 16 days, I think. So it ends the Sunday night. Yeah, so it's got 3 weekends in it. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, if you have a look in the description, I'm going to link to the tournament information page. But the crawl tournaments are, they always go along with the newest crawl release. So in this instance, it's the 0.22 version, which has, well, a bunch of things, because we've been playing Trunks, so we've been seeing them as they're being released. Has things like the spell library, Ghost being in rune vaults, things like that. No major changes, I would say, but some nice quality of life ones and that sort of a thing. But if you've never played in a tournament before, I would highly encourage it. It's a lot of fun. So there are a bunch of different banners that you can go for, which are kind of like achievements. So they're really fun. All you have to do for the tournament is play online on one of the online servers. You don't have to register, anything like that. You don't have to sign up, get an email, anything like that. Just play online and the bots will track you, and it will track your points and your achievements and that sort of a thing. It's really fun. I really like tournaments. So I probably won't be trying to win it individually because there's not really enough time. But I'd like to win in a team. That'd be good. And it would be nice if I could be, say, in the top 5 or top 10, something like that. In previous tournaments, the winner has a Yomak actually, has played something like 12 hours per day, and I can't even get close to that while working full time. But anyway, so link in the description. I'll be playing a lot in the tournament, so I won't be releasing videos. When I record my games, it takes a lot longer to play. I would stream them if I had the internet to do it, but I don't currently. Probably by the next tournament I should have stream internet that will let me stream. If it all goes according to the timetable of our Australian internet upgrade. But anyway, so for the moment I can't, which means if you want to watch me, again, link in the description, head over to the Australian crawl server. It's crawl.project357.org, and I should be on quite often. Come say hi, have a chat, should be good. But yeah, so I'm feverishly trying to get this whole playthrough done before the tournament starts, so that I can just play my tournament games. So yeah, that's why I don't know exactly when this is being released, whether or not the tournament started, but if it hasn't, it's probably pretty soon. Let's get on with this one. So we had some crazy stuff going on last episode after we had to get back from D13, but we managed to stabilize just fine, and I feel pretty fine about this character. If we could just get Step from Time to be a little more reliable than it is at 19%, I'd be a bit happier. But once we get Step from Time, I'd feel pretty confident about where our character is right now. We discovered that our 2 rune branches are Shoals and Snake. Shoals probably a good thing because it's going to give us a bunch of tomahawks as we kill merfolk, so that's nice. Snake not so good. You'd always rather have a spider with Chei so that your slatch can actually do something, but it's not the end of the world. If you were a melee Chei character, being in Snake is really, really rough, especially Naga sharpshooters absolutely destroy you, but at least we can throw stuff back, so that's nice. Couple more left floors to go, and then we'll head into Orc. Good. And we'll soon have enough gold for the Ring of Hopsilis, which will also be nice. Tell you what we need. We need the Bailey where all the enemies have Tomahawks of Returning. Oh man, this Spiny Frog is going ham. We've got our poison resistance on. I'm just going to keep swinging because I know that I can slouch it to death if we're going to die. Alright, let's not starve. Oh yeah, and Spider would also have been really nice with the fact that we have a blowgun and throwing skill, because all the spiders are susceptible to poison, but not to be. Wand of Clouds with another 4 charges, that's really nice. There are actually a lot of things I want to train. It'd be good to do some stealth, it'd be nice to have some more evocations. Yeah, having 5 Wand Cloud charges makes me maybe want to train more evocations. Alright, this is going to be an example where our Amulet the Acrobat is really nice. So I want to step back into this choke point so that we're fighting 1 wolf at a time and not 4. And as we do that, check out EV on the top right, it's 30. You know what would be funny? Maybe we should go into long blades and we'll just do a slow walking Chei reports build with Amulet of the Acrobat. I don't know, is that legit? Probably. Being petrified against just a basilisk is fine. Well, if I had been really worried, we could have put our MR ring on. Alright, the double spiny frog again. Still haven't needed a slouch. It's a really good ability. I mean, you'll see it eventually, I'm sure, but don't start thinking. It's a trap that people always fall into, which I always try to warn you against. Don't save your god abilities just because they use piety. That's the whole point of having piety, so that you can use your god abilities. Chei is no different. Use them. Look at our stone throwing. With 33 strength, it's really quite strong. Doing surprising amounts of damage with these stones. Gloves. We have plain ones, don't we? Yep, alright, it's a fashion upgrade time, potentially. These ones are grey? These ones are blue. I like the blue. Oops. I stabbed the porcupine there. I forgot. If you just do range damage, you won't take their spines. Alright, on to left 5. New scroll. We've got a second of that. I maybe should just read the scrolls now. I said that I didn't want to waste a brand weapon one, but we have a demon trident of flaming now, which we could brand. Vulnerability, amnesia, and silence. Okay, wasting silence is a bit of a bummer, but not the end of the world. And that reminds me, that's another thing I want to train. We potentially can have spells. Animate Skeleton is really, really good in Snake Pit. All your Naga skeletons can constrict stuff. Step from times at 16% failure. I only go just a little bit more. We'll take invocations to 12 and then we'll stop. I feel like most of the time on Chei, the main thing for how high your invocations should go is just how comfortable you are with step from time failure. You don't do additional damage on slouch or anything like that. And I don't use bend time enough for that to be a major factor in my thinking, but I should use it more. I say that, but I never do. Hey, nice, we found some javelins. How many do we get? We gained 3, so now we have 7. Alright, that's not a huge amount, but I can't complain. Catoplepus. Okay, these guys are really nasty when you're Chei, because if they keep smacking you with their calcifying dust, you have to keep moving. And as you slowly move, they can then gore you. Fortunately, we have the Amulet of the Acrobat, so it's not as bad, because as we step out of his clouds, he probably can't hit us too well. And then I guess we'll throw Tomahawks at him? Alright. Yeah, he's maximum poison, so he should tick out fairly soon. So we're going to step, and he is doing it, so he's nailing us with the dust, but as we're stepping out of it, yeah, see, every turn he's nailing us. So this would be a nightmare, except that we have 31 evasion due to the Amulet of the Acrobat, and he's slowly dying to poison. Yeah, dude is ham. Alright, well he died to the poison, so yeah. Exactly what I was talking about. They are potentially a nightmare for a Chei character for that reason. Yeah, it's a lot of elephants. Let's go invis. I don't want to fight this many elephants in a fair fight in the open. Actually, I don't know if a Catoplepus can see invis. Here's Demise speedruns Ghost. Apparently Demise has been speedrunning. Hits up to 25. He's a deep dwarf fighter of McLeod. Probably pretty weak. So, real-time speedrun ghosts, or even turn count as well, but speedrun ghosts usually are fairly free because they are underleveled and probably don't have great gear either. Let's check him out again. I didn't actually look at his resistances or anything like that. Alright, Venom Sword. Good. He has none. Just immune to poison and negative energy. He doesn't even have a point of RC. I thought all ghosts did. That suggests to me that he was vulnerable to call when he died. Interesting. Hits for 25 is really not that high. We'll fight him on the way out. We'll do less 6, and then when we come back, we'll get him. Here's Sonya the Graceful Assassin. She potentially has Curare with her blowgun, which is nice. Short Sword of Venom isn't as bad as when she has a distortion weapon. Or draining, really any of them. But still, she's really annoying. So what we're going to do is just polymorph her. Or try. She has really bad MR. If we polymorph her, she should drop her weapon. And whatever she becomes is probably not as annoying as actual Sonya. She has resisted 1, 2, 3, 4. 69% polymorphs in a row. Alright, there you go. See, she just became a troll. That's much easier to deal with. And she has an enchanted blowgun. Fancy that. +7 blowgun, wow. Okay, well that's a blowgun upgrade if I've ever seen one. We get her Curare needles. A whole bunch of them in fact. That's really good too. Really strong needle brand against anything that doesn't resist poison, because it's going to slow them. I think this might be the snake vault that always has snake bite in it. Let's get in the hallway so we're hitting one at a time. Yep, there it is. The +8 whip snake bite. Interesting item. Gives you our poison and also has Curare on it. That might be just better to use than a Dagger of Elec. It probably is. Well, I'm going to say it's certainly better than a +2 Short Sword of Venom. A +8 whip, that Curare stuff, is definitely stronger than that. And yeah, I think against enemies that don't resist this, hitting them with curare is going to be stronger. Let's get this Fan of Gales as well. We've got some evocations training. Scrolls, /- yeah, we'll read those. Scroll of Noise, okay, fine. Not Tomahawks. The curare won't work on the Spiny Frog, he's resistant to poison. Can't believe we have a +9 blowgun, that's so crazy. Curse 2 evasion, nice. Enchant weapon scrolls. I'm half tempted actually to make our blowgun be +9. We haven't found any magical needles. I'm calling them magical. So in terms of needles of confusion or paralysis. But if we find those, with this much throwing skill and a +9 blowgun, we can probably paralyze anything. Alright. No, we'll wait. We'll see. But if we do find Needles of Confusion, I'm insta enchanting. Alright. This ending would be much nicer if we had 3 pips of MR. So let's do it. The Ring of Hopsilers. We should wear that by default, I want to say. Are we really out of slots? We've seen a volcano. We don't need 2 rings of fire. This one has RF on it as well anyway. Okay, so I'm going to drop both fire rings. Yeah, okay, we'll walk around with this one instead of the Ring of Stealth because this even has plus stealth on it. The -4 strength is destroying our plans a little bit for max strength thrower guy, but RF, RN plus, MR triple plus, and stealth is definitely worth it. I'm even going to inscribe that, maybe, with =R. Oh, okay, this new inscribe menu is messing me up. So now if I want to switch rings, it's going to automatically assume that I don't want to do the one that has =R. Cool, because I doubt we're ever taking that off. MR+++, that alone is giving us all the MR we need for this game. We've now got 3, which is perfect. And the reason why I said that is because I recognize this vault as being, I think it's called the Layer Water Temple, but it's going to have either a siren or an avatar, I never remember which, and it mesmerizes you in here, while then there are nasty things in there, such as hydras, dire elephants sometimes, God knows whatever else. So if we can avoid being mesmerized, it's much less dangerous. And I'm going to stick to the outside first. Lamp of Fire is really nice, and again is suggesting to me that I really want to train evocations. We're going to go invis when the elephants get on top of us. Alright, so we're being slowed and there's a bunch of stuff. Funnily enough, that makes us do extra damage with Slouch because we're slow and everything else is not. So let's try Slouch. Let's try a few. Now that we're back invis, I don't want to fight all those elephants while also being slow. Four-headed Hydra. Let's quiver our javelin so we have maximum throwing power. Look at that. We just kill it before it can even lay a head on us. That's a dream sheep. If it's just one, that's not too scary. But if there are a lot, it is. I should be using Snakebite. Already forgot. Yep. A bit of anti-synergy. Once we curare something and slow it, we do less slouch damage. That's okay. That's a really minor anti-synergy. Reach level 14. Let's check our skills. Okay, yep, everything's going nicely. That is a harpy and 2 sea snakes. That's crazy. Fortunately, these guys are all really fast. Harpies are super fast and sea snakes are quite fast too. So this is definitely a slouch time. We killed the harpy in one and we half killed the sea snakes. Let's go again. Alright, they're both nearly dead. So we can fight that stuff now. Hydra again. So imagine all those enemies. So the sea snakes, the hydras, the harpy. If you're being mesmerized in here. Let's not throw javelins at spiny frogs though. How few throwing implements we've found. The javelins are extremely valuable. So I'd rather not risk mulching them unless we really have no choice. These guys don't see invis surely. Okay, we'll just go invis. He is super confused right now. He has no idea where we are. He's just, stones are just flying from, just appearing out of thin air and hitting him in the head, and he does not know what to do. Okay, let's keep going around the outside. How's our gold situation? 100. I feel like if there's something that I'd like to learn next, or if there's a spell that I would really like to learn, it's probably the blink spell. That'd be a really good upgrade in terms of survivability. That is 5 Dream Sheep right now. That is 6 Dream Sheep, 8 Dream Sheep, 9 Dream Sheep. Let's do a slouch and kill them all, so we don't have to fight 9 Dream Sheep at once. Got a new wand, a wand of Scattershot. I don't love Scattershot wands, but I feel like we may as well have that. It's really good against Hydras. We don't need the Scimitar of Flaming. Turns out that we can kill Hydras perfectly fine just by throwing javelins at them. Who would have thought? Again, staying away from actually heading into the vault here, if we can. That guy really hurt. Oh, more needles. Oh, right. Okay, I forgot harpies are resistant to poison, so actually I shouldn't be using curare, because I'm not going to slow it. It's a lot of sheeps. Let's go invis. And just bite them with a snake a little bit. 341 stones. I'm not worried about running out of stones anytime soon. Alright, I think we're ready. No, we should go over that side first. We should just clear out everything. Never mind, the avatar's seen us. Do you see invis? No. I knew that. It's curare, the avatar. Okay. She only has a 0% chance to mesmerize us, so we can sort of kind of force her to come to us, or actually we could just ignore her and throw stuff. Not that. Just throw stones. Well, she's gonna sit there trying to sing at us with a 0% chance. I was about to say 0% chance is not 0, which sounds funny, but the number of times that I have been mesmerized with 0% chance is more than 0. Is she dead? No. She's still going. There we go. Very resistant merfolk. She was super poisoned for ages then. But not dying. Alright, so we might get... Oh, wow. Okay, well there's a shield of resistance. So, never mind. There's no dire elephant here. Goodbye shield of Sagem with +2 int. Because we are now using the +2 shield of resistance. Gives us RF, RC, and MR. An amazing shield. So yeah, I guess we're stopping at 15 shields. Because this covers all our resistances forever. Perfect. Now we have 4 points of MR. We got max MR, it turns out. Okay. Filled up the whole MR bar. Here's a rune scarf. It's Spirit Shield. So this is an example where I really don't want to have Spirit Shield. I don't like it if you're, say, a Blaster caster or someone who relies entirely on their magic to kill things. But I also really don't like it where you rely on your magic points as a panic button. So for us, we need 10 magic points to use Step from Time. So if we have Spirit Shield, the times when we most need to have Step from Time, when we're being damaged by something that's going to kill us, are the times when we're going to have the least mana. So it doesn't work at all. With Chei, you'd rather have the ability... Think about it this way. If you're a Chei character, would you rather have Step from Time or 20 extra hit points? I'm going to go with Step from Time every time. I don't always Step from Time, but when I Step from Time, I Step from Time every time. Where's Demise? Let's go fight him. He's not immune to Elect, so we can just hit him with our Elect Dagger, and I expect we'll win this fight. He's a speedrun ghost, so he's pretty weak. Good. Nice, we claim his 5 gold. He's living a fairly pauper life here with 5 gold and a trident in a graveyard. It's kind of sad. Alright, so that's our lair done. Check our gold. We have enough exactly. That 5 gold brought us up to 240 to buy the Book of Minor Magic, which I think I will do. Because if we can have Blink, we'll be much more survivable. We don't have any scrolls of blinking. I know there's a ghost somewhere, but that was a scarier ghost. Yeah, let's get Minor Magic. And then let's learn Blink. It's probably the only one that we want to learn. Yeah, cool. I'd say an 83% chance to fail it at the moment, but if we turn on our -3 aptitude translocations, we can start training some of that. I'm going to put a spell target on for maybe 5. The failure will also drop as our shields makes it to 15, so the penalty goes down. Yeah, so we'll just, maybe I might focus translocations once our invo gets to 12. 10% on Step from Time. Yeah, 12 sounds good. Alright, so time to head into Orc. Things that you're worried about in Orc are mostly related to MR, because you don't want to be paralyzed by Orc sorcerers, but we have max MR. We also have RN and RF, so we're not worried about their bolts. And as for all of the other Orcs, all regular ones, we have Invis, so I'm not worried about Orc at all. This should be famous last words, but this should be cakewalk. The other thing that you can do is just kill all the Orcs with Slatch. A few Slatches will take out even all the Envolt Orcs. So funny story. Well, not funny story, but interesting thing about Minotaurs. So you know how riposte works, where you dodge an attack and then you get to swing. Minotaur headbutts are actually the same. So it turns out that having a lot of evasion is better for retaliatory headbutts. Have a look. Here, the Orc Wizard misses you, you retaliate. Well, we headbutted this guy. No, that's because we just hit him. So there are two different things. You have horns, so you can get the headbutt auxiliary attack when you swing. But when I'm talking about the retaliation one, you only retaliate when a monster misses you. So when we're walking around with our amulet of the acrobat and 31 evasion, we're going to be headbutting a lot because enemies are going to be missing us a lot. That also means that in fact, Minotaurs have anti-synergy with shields, believe it or not. Because if you block an attack, you can't dodge it. So any attack you block, you will not be retaliatory headbutting. There you go. Kind of blew my mind when I learnt that you only retaliate against attacks that miss you. So it's exactly the same as riposte. In fact, probably whoever coded riposte probably just stole the Minotaur headbutt code and just put it on long blades. Would be my guess. We should be using Snakebite against these orcs. Curare is really strong against all of them. We're taking literally no damage. This was the only downstairs, right? Oh no, we found a few, so let's check them out. So here's an Orc Warlord. Well, we don't need to fight him. We'll just go to a different stair. But he's susceptible, here he is, he's susceptible to Curare, he's susceptible to us going invis. If we can go invis. Right, there we go. He's going to get owned by clouds, all those things. While he's adjacent to us, I think we may as well just hit him with Snakebite. It's like the Curare Needle. Oh man, that hurt. Alright, so he nailed us with the Halberd of Pain, even though we were invis. Is that scary enough that I now want to step from time? We just lost pretty much half our HP. What have we got? We don't have blinking scrolls. I actually think it is. I want him away from us. I don't want to take another one of those. So there you go. All the info that we've trained pays off, so we get to step from time and we can reset that. What it does is time moves on in the dungeon, but not for you. So monsters will forget about you and they'll wander around and away. So in the ideal situation, it's exactly like we saw there, where we had a bunch of enemies, we step from time, and then we're left alone with no enemies in sight. Alright, so Halberd of Pain hurts, apparently. Alright, there he is. He's at full screen. So this guy, we can Curare him, go invis, and then throw javelins at him. What's he wearing? A rune chainmail. Alright, so let's go the blowgun. Let's quiver our Curare. Hit him with it, or try. Alright, good. Now let's quiver our javelins, and we'll see if we can bring him down before he gets to us. I'm going to say that's a negative. I think we're going to want to go invis. We'll wait till he gets a bit closer. Let's Curare him again, because he's slow wore off. I feel like he's actually just going to die to the Curare poison. Alright, let's go invis. Alright, he's nearly dead. This looks like a good slatch. All these Orc Warriors are mited, but if we just kill them all, we don't have to worry about it. There you go, good ability slatch. Oh, I'm throwing javelins. I shouldn't do that against regular orcs. We don't want to waste them. Alright. There was something that just occurred to me and I was thinking about it while not saying anything, and then I thought, wait, I should say this. And as soon as I did that, I forgot what I was thinking about. What was I thinking about? I was thinking about armors. Okay, so our armor is a +1 chainmail. It's actually not that exciting in terms of defenses. The reason why it's been so good is the ability to go invis. So there's some argument to be made that if we could find, say, a magical plate armor in here, we should upgrade. We might do different things. So in the snake pit, invis isn't very exciting because most of the Nagas see invis. But in shoals, it's super exciting because none of the merfolk do, except Acquimenters. So it might be the case that we use a plate armor in snake, and then we switch back to this one to do shoals. I have to think about it. We'll have to see if we find any interesting ones. Only plain plate armors at the moment. I know the Orc Warlord had a rune chainmail, but it would just be for its enchantment, because I don't think there's a magical plate armor that we care about. We've got 2 pips of RF, 2 pips of RC. We've got RN, we've got plenty of MR, we've got our poison if we use snakebite. Maybe no. An armor with our poison might be good because it would allow us to use a different ring. And you know what? I'm going to drop this plain protection from magic ring. We're never ever ever going to need it. We've got MR on the shield of resistance and a triple plus MR ring. So never mind. We can stop auto picking up rings of protection from magic too. Alright, these guys are all hopefully going to trickle out one at a time, so we can fight them out here. And if they're going to stand there, we'll throw stones. Alright, there's our first sorcerer. Not really afraid of him. The only thing that's scary is that he would make summons, actually. Kind of afraid of this Orc High Priest though, he's killing us. Let's quiver our javelins and we'll throw those. One more. Okay, good. And let's sneak away and heal before anything else turns up. Okay. Well, it was the summons that hurt, so that bit was correct. High Priests can see invis, as can sorcerers, so going invis won't work against them. We're too stealthy. Oh, not javelins. Keep doing it. Another Orc Warlord. So we're gonna blowgun him. Or try to. Has he got a plate armor? No. And then we're gonna step back so we can be in the hallway. And then we're gonna go invis. We're gonna try. It took 4 goes. Alright, yeah, we can fight him. Invocations makes it to 12. Do we focus blink? I think so. Let's focus our translocations, because here's another thing. Even though it looks like we can't really use it, the failure is at 69%, we can always quaff a Brilliance Potion if blinking is going to save our lives. So it's really good to have that translocations training. Okay, now I'm running in. I'm not too afraid. We've fought the Orc Warlord, who is probably the main boss of this end vault. Oh, okay. Well, we just found the Sword of Zongeldrok. Let's mark that. Okay, so maybe maybe the long blades full on riposte build, ammo of the acrobat is a real thing. Because the Sword of Zongeldrok's really fun. So it's a double sword, a +9 double sword, which is a really good base damage or base type weapon. And everything you kill with it becomes a zombie. So that's also really fun. Kind of annoying with throwing because you want to throw and you don't want to have lots of zombies in the way, but yeah, it's still good. We have an artifact plate armor there, but it's 980 gold and magical glowing boots. Considering how much other awesome stuff we could buy a +3 ring of slaying right now, and yeah, the Sword of Zongeldrok's 2,400 gold. I think we maybe don't buy the artifact plate armor. It could be crappy for 980 gold. We don't know. Do we want the slaying ring right now? Probably not, because poison resistance is going to be really nice to have in the snake pit, and you want to have, well, we want to have poison resistance that doesn't rely on using snake bite as a curare weapon, because using that against Nagas who are poison is not going to do much. So I think I don't mind buying the glowing boots, but let's see what other shops are here before we commit to wasting our gold. Artifact dagger, don't really care about. A ruined evening star if we're still looking for melee weapon backups is another potentially good weapon. Shop has a cheaper resist corrosion ring. +5 evasion, let's mark that. That's going into our riposte build. I think I'd rather have +5 evasion than +6 protection that we've got on D5. The +5 evasion is almost half the price as well. So that's definitely the value for money one. Alright, so right now, I think we've said we probably don't want slaying. We probably don't want +5 evasion for the same reason. We'd rather have the poison resistance ring. So maybe we do go glowing boots. These other books we're not really in a hurry for. Yeah, we can delete the plain boots too. Let's buy glowing boots. Hopefully they're not running, because then I'll be sad. Okay, they're just +1. Alright, so it's 1 extra AC. Probably not worth the 270 gold or whatever we just spent on that was, but not the end of the world. Now let's try chainmails. There's a glowing one that's free. If that's our poison, okay, it's fire resistance, good. I was going to be sad. Alright, well that's our orc done. Look, we're still at full piety even though we've been using Chei's abilities here. We used a bunch of slashes and we used a step from time. So don't worry about your piety, just use it. We now want to go to the dungeon where we're going to finish off the last few floors. We're going to be sad because we're going to see an empty ice cave. Yeah, here it is. Wait, we didn't finish D12. Let's do that as well. We know that Urug is around somewhere, which is probably fine because we've got a whole bunch of curare effects to hit her with. And I don't remember, but maybe she even has a magical plate armor. That'd be good. We at some point picked up 5 tomahawks, or 1 tomahawk of dispersal. I'm just going to drop that. Having 1 tomahawk taking up a slot in your inventory is really annoying. Scrolls we don't know. Not many. I'm willing to just read this. It's Acquirement. Okay, so I think there's a very strong argument to be made to acquire gold right now. We have a lot of different really cool things in our shop, including the Sword of Zongle drop. So we don't need a weapon. Armor is something that we're pretty fine with as well. I mean, our +1 chainmail is not amazing, but gold! Yeah, let's go gold. 450. Okay, so we got pretty trolled with that. That's really low. If we look at gold acquirement, I think the median is 880 and the mean is 1218. So we got pretty destroyed by 400 gold right there. But I don't know. Every gold counts. Maybe. So maybe one day we'll be able to afford that stuff. That sucks. Let's not shoot Curare at him. Man. I'm sad about that. I was getting really excited to go buy the Sword of Zongle drop. I mean, we would have had to roll 2,000 or so gold, but still. And then we got 400. Feels bad, man. Whoa. Alright, well this shop has a million phantom mirrors. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. I'm going to put the File of Floods on our shopping list, and I'm going to remind ourselves that we have a lamp of fire. So I should use that. Should we just buy the File of Floods right now? I'm going to say no. Maybe we might find one, and hey, we get shafted again onto D13. Every shaft leads to D13. Scroll of Random Uselessness, great. Apparently D13 is where Urug is. We got shafted to that one floor twice. It's crazy. Oh wait, none of our weapons work against the gargoyle. Snakebite and Elect don't. Let's go Demon Trident of Flaming. He's got enough AC that throwing stones at him won't do much, but he's not threatening enough that I want to risk mulching our javelins or tomahawks. Alright, there's Urug. Alright, Urug's going to give us javelins. Nice. Perfect enemy to find. If she's got good armor and javelins, it will be the jackpot. And also if she is carrying around 2,000 gold. I think that bit's unlikely. This is quite scary. The ugly things are scary on their own, and then freezing rays can potentially slow you. So I'm going to get in the hallway like this, so that we can fight one at a time. Note that because we had our 30 evasion, we were headbutting. What's crazy is that our chances of headbutting, I think, are really high, because it depends on your strength and dex. And because we've got Chei stats, we've got really, really high strength and dex. It's a green ugly thing, so it's resistant to poison. I'm going to go with the Elect Dagger. Yeah, look, there you go. We found the File of Floods. I called it. I said, let's save our gold because we'll just find one. And right after I say that, we find one. Let's... I think we can drop enchant armor and enchant weapon scrolls. We can always come back and get those if we need them. Protection from cold. Yeah, I think we don't need those. You only ever need 1 point of RC in a 3-ring game, and we've got it on the Shield of Resistance. Alright, here's Urug. Let's go Curare. She's got Javelins of Returning, that's perfect. She's wearing a plain chainmail though, so that bit's not so exciting. She doesn't see Invis. That's a wall. Yep. Let's go Invis. Alright. The bad thing about her having Tomahawks of Returning, sorry, Javelins, is that she's going to be happy to just stand there forever throwing them at us. So we need to walk towards her, close the gap. Alright, so that wasn't too bad. We get 4 javelins of returning. 5. That's really nice. How likely they are to return to you depends on your throwing skill, of which we're trying to get to 27. Where are our ID scrolls? I feel like we haven't had many this game. We have a lot of things that we want to ID. The amulet, we've still got 4 potions we don't know. D14. So this is, oh, there's a Catoblopus. If we could take him back upstairs, that would be great, because I really don't want to fight his nonsense while there are other things around. We got a taste of one in Lair, where we had to keep walking around to get out of his cloud. So if we have to keep walking while we're getting hit by other things, we're in trouble. Let's also go invis. Can we go invis? Yeah, good. Apparently he's not going to hit us with clouds if we're invis. We reached level 15, let's go more strength. You might say, hey, but Ultra, you've got all these spell books in your shopping list, so that int would be really good. But no, we're going all strength. All strength all the way. That is a Death Knight who would normally be threatening to you at this stage in the game, but we have maximum MR. He's reflecting damage. I should just step back. And now, let's go Tomahawks. We've got 25 of those, so we picked up a bunch of Tomahawks too. I didn't notice, but that's also really good. Book of Unlife. This has Vile Clutch in it. I doubt we're going to learn Vile Clutch, but we can put that on our list of spells that we can potentially learn. All in Minotaur Necromancer with only a -3 Necromancy aptitude. And I just noticed the time. Let's grab these stones. It's time to end the episode. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, that's going to be it. So if you join me in the next one, we've got a little bit more of dungeon to do, and then we'll be heading for our first rune, which will be the Snake Pit. See you later.